Today on Cityline, we've got a gift guide you're gonna love.
I've picked some of my favorite, which I have given and given to myself.
The presents for everyone on your list.
Whether you're shopping for your teacher or the mom or like my boys, you have so many options.
Then we're putting all natural cleaning products to the test.
We're seeing such amazing innovation in the space. You know, when I started my green journey 30 years ago, it was granola.
You won't believe these DIY products or the ingredients.
You can also use vodka, but who wants to waste vodka to
Not
cleaning
me.
products? Definitely not me.
And later, an easy to make Hanukkah treat so good it will leave you speechless.
It's Cityline with Tracy Moore.
I have a very important question for you. What do you think of my pants? They sparkle. Welcome to Cityline, everyone, and happy Wellness Wednesday. Happy Party Pants Day. Today, we are making a sweet treat for Hanukkah. We are unpacking the connection between our brain and our gut. And we are talking money, honey. But first, let's kick things off with a great holiday gift guide. Now, there's a certain joy in just finding the perfect gift for that perfect person, especially if you manage to stay on budget, okay? Because money's tight. Here with top affordable gift picks for everyone on your list by personality type is Leanna Lerpero. Yes! Okay, personality type.
Yes.
This is a very interesting way to do it, LA, but it makes a lot of sense because we all have different people on our list for different reasons.
Right.
It's often hard to find unique gifts for every single person on our list this season. So what should we be doing?
Well, I think as soon as we put a label like a gift for mom, a gift for dad, we're narrowing things down and also making it a little overwhelming because that could be anything and everything.
Yeah.
So get off of the very specific labels and think a little broader and think fun, think about personality.
Yeah.
But also think about shopping for affordability, convenience, and selection, which are three of my biggest criteria when I'm holiday shopping. So I went to Walmart on a little shopping extravaganza and found gifts that fit 4 distinctive personalities.
Okay.
And these are all gifts that, like, whether you're shopping for your teacher or the mom or like my boys.
The kids,
Walmart has all of the top toys of the season. So literally you can find everything that's affordable in one place, one-stop shopping. And again, thinking about those personalities, you have so many options, but I've picked some of my favorite, which I have actually received.
Okay.
And I have given and given to myself.
Okay.
Gifts for me. Some
It's
that I bought
important to
for me.
consider yourself
Yes.
when you're holiday shopping.
Always.
That's really the message
Always.
here. Okay, what is the first personality type on our list?
So this is the multitasking juggler. So I would
Okay.
classify this as kind of the chief of staff of the house. They're making all of the meals in the midst of scheduling the schedule, shuffling people to all of the things. So time is of the essence in this situation. And the best way to get your time back is to make other people do things for you.
This is a rule for life.
This is part of my gift idea for this category. So if you want to
Let's
help me do the first
1, 2,
reveal,
3.
here we
What
go
have we
for the
got here?
multitasking juggler.
Okay.
So first and foremost, what I want to say with this is these are beyond just kitchen appliances.
Yeah.
These are gifts that if you are shopping for yourself, end up giving yourself the gift of time because you are now going to task other people to do simplified cooking for yourself.
Okay.
So I bought this exact toaster. This is the Black & Decker Crisp and Bake Air Fry Toaster. I bought this for myself last year. Not really because I wanted to do cooking, but this was a great introductory piece to teach my kids without using the big stove, because that gets me a little nervous. So now they have
especially if it's
no
gas.
excuse not to do a little air fry situation after school for a snack instead of asking me.
That's
So
incredible.
It's become the gift that keeps
on
giving.
Yes. Keep making
And
stuff,
with
boys.
this one, I was actually gifted this. This is the Black & Decker 4-slice toaster. This has become an invaluable tool, I would say, in mornings.
Yeah.
Because again, my boys teen and tween, they are now getting up, They're kind of on top of each other with their schedules in the morning.
Yeah.
Both of them do something in a toaster. So they can each do their own, and it's customizable, so they can each set however they like their toast, their waffle, their French toast, whatever goes in there.
Less fights. Good for everyone.
Less time that I have to manage it for them.
Very good. Okay, next personality type.
So the next one is the host who does the most.
Okay.
And I feel like for anybody who does a lot of hosting, sometimes you get so caught up that you're not enjoying your own party. We want you to be a guest at your own party.
You should.
So here are some of the items that I've picked. We're gonna do a slow reveal here.
Okay.
Up front, dun dun dun.
Nice.
And one more. I love like the audience reaction.
Ooh.
Everybody's digging it. Okay, so let me walk you through. These are, we're feeling it. This is why I think these are all great gifts to give and receive. Note to note. So we're gonna start with this one. We're back in the kitchen. This is the beautiful 6-quart touchscreen air fryer. It's actually called Beautiful, but
That's
it is
gorgeous.
it literally is like art. It's by Drew Barrymore. Love her. Now this is the reason I picked this for the entertainer. Again, being a guest at your own party, this will cook 5 pounds of food at once.
Nice.
So you can put everything in here, push a button, let it go, pour it into a serving dish. You are done. I'm all about the one-pot meal.
Lovely.
And I'm also about drink stations.
Yes.
So this is the SodaStream Art. I have had a SodaStream for years. I love it. It sits in the same spot on my counter for one reason. My old SodaStream plugs in. This one has no plug. This is manual.
Oh, it's sleek.
It's manual with the little pump lever.
Nice.
I know that I am a 3-pump kind of girl. That's how I like my bubbles.
I've always known that about you.
Right. We have known each other a long time.
It's been a while.
And what I love about this, because there's no cord, you can put this on the dining table or anywhere in your home with a little bowl of lemons and limes, a stack of glasses, and it becomes self-serve for your guests to make themselves a little bubbly while you entertain.
That's
So you're not
nice.
running around grabbing glasses of water for people. Love, love, love that.
We've got our food, we've got our drinks,
Yes.
but come on, it's not a party without the music.
You and I, girl,
the
we have had our
music.
fair share of cutting it up.
Yeah.
And music is key at a party. This one, the on-groove Bluetooth speaker, has LED lights, so the lighting adds to the party. But here's why I love it the most. You can link all of these together, so if you have multiple, put them in all of the different rooms. They all connect, so you have surround sound music from one playlist.
Beautiful.
So good.
Yes.
And I should note, I know we're rolling into winter, but it is waterproof and floats if you want to take it out to the pool.
Oh,
Just saying. Just saying.
Okay, next up, who's on our list?
This is the homebody. And as we're going through all of
Okay.
these, I'm realizing I think you and I both fit into every single category, which is also great.
Just a
because
little bit of home,
it
but I
makes
really
shopping
want to party.
easier.
I want to do both. Okay,
Right.
the homebody.
So for the homebody, this is an essential.
That's
so the person that's the
nice.
homebody loves the cuddles.
Yes.
They pray for snow days. They just want to stay in and be cozy, and a blanket is always the perfect gift, but we're gonna level it up.
Okay.
This is the Sunbeam Textured Velvet Electric Blanket. So this has 4 settings and also has a 4-hour shut-off for safety, which is great. But here's my absolute most favorite thing. Once you unplug this, the blanket goes into the washing machine. So great. So
That's
I
new.
curled up in the blanket with all the snacks, you throw it in the washing machine afterwards, which is so great.
Beautiful.
And stocking stuffers. Stockings are maybe arguably my favorite thing during the holiday season. I love buying stocking stuffers. I should note, December, Walmart has December dollar days. So stock up on all of your stocking stuffers. And this would be my pick. And that is the Burt's Bees 100% natural lip balms. Okay, the reason why I love this, I think we're a lot alike in this sense. I have a lip balm in every drawer of the house, in every
purse,
pocket, in the car, everywhere, right? So this becomes for me sitting in my heated blanket watching TV and just the constant self-care of the lip balm, right?
I see it.
And they smell so good and so delicious.
Okay, last but not least,
last but not
personality
least,
type.
on the go-getter. This is the jet setter. This is the person who wants to be seen out on the town and doing all the good things in their party pants.
In their party
and
pants.
When your pants, when the pants are that good, you gotta take a photo,
That's
right? So the Fujifilm Instastax Mini Instant Camera is so much fun. I love this because if you're vacationing, you're on the go, you're jet setting, you're leaving a little memento of yourself behind, right? So you don't forget me. And then last but not least, the Braun rechargeable electric shaver. This is just great because you don't need cords. You hop off a plane, you're gonna go do something fancy and fun, a little shavy, and it's also waterproof. So there you go.
You've got everyone on the list, Leanne. My goodness, beautiful, affordable options. And our audience today is going to go do some shopping. You're all going to go home with $25 gift vouchers from Walmart. Enjoy that. Lots more Cityline coming up. Stay with us. Coming up, all natural cleaning products put to the test.
And honestly, this works on baking sheets.
I can't stop.
Right? It's addictive. I know.
Cityline's Wellness Wednesdays is brought to you in partnership with Jamieson Vitamins. For everyday immune support, Jamieson is here for your health.
It's a very good-looking audience today. I just said it's a very good-looking audience today. Cute. Very attractive. Welcome back. Are you thinking of switching over to green cleaning products, but asking yourself, do they really work? Here with her best natural cleaning hacks is Candace Batista. You would say they absolutely work, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. Green cleaners have come such a long way. We're seeing such amazing innovation in the space. You know, when I started my green journey 30 years ago, it was granola. It was like, you know, the basics. But today, companies have really brought their ingredients. They've got low waste, zero waste options, plant-based. The formulas have come a long way. And it's hard for people to switch. I always compare it to like a serum, like a really great face serum that you love. It's the same concept. We get very used to using the same thing all the time, and it's hard to make the switch. But honestly, we're all looking to save money right now and looking for cheap and cheerful things. And the recipes and the different things I'm showing you today absolutely work. They're safer and they're better for you, better for the planet.
Oh, we love that.
Right?
Okay, where are we starting?
Okay, so we're starting first with one of my favorite stain. This is
Removal.
basically to get rid of a stain.
Okay.
So I'm going to put a tiny little bit of oil on here, so it stains.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's the last thing we want on our clothing,
and when
right?
we're cooking, we get it everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Then I'm going to add a nice big dollop of baking soda. So baking soda is really great because it helps to absorb grease, and so does dish soap. So I'm going to add a pump or two of dish soap as well on top of that stain.
Okay.
And then I'm going to add some lemon juice, and you'll see it all bubble up. So that's the mixture, right, of the baking soda and the dish soap and lemon working together. Then I'm going to give it a good scrub.
We all
like
need
this.
that scrubby tool,
The scrubby
right?
tool is so
it does
awesome.
the trick.
Yeah. And then we're going to let this sit for 5 minutes, and we're going to come back to this. I'm going to just put it there so it's out of the way at the end of the segment.
Okay, I was going to say, you know, wine, blood, all the things, but oil's one of the hardest things to get
Oil
out.
is
So that
really
was a
hard.
smart stain to put
Yes,
on there.
and when you do stains, you must tackle the stain immediately. If you put it in the dryer, if you wash it and put it in the dryer's going to set the stain. I mean, we've heard this.
You mean don't party for the next 3 hours with a red wine stain like I like to do?
Change.
Go change.
Exactly. Change.
Okay, let us talk about what we've got next, what we're cleaning. We're cleaning windows.
Yes.
So you clean your own windows. We all give you props. Like we bow down to you.
Don't.
All the windows. That's phenomenal. And you've got it down to a science.
I do.
Yeah.
So cleaning windows are interesting. So number one is anytime you're cleaning your windows inside, you want to make sure that you're brushing away any debris or vacuuming around the base of the segment, the base of the window, right? That's because if you spray something on and you've got a bunch of debris, let's say cat litter, because your cats are up on the windowsill, or your kids have brought something touching the windows. As soon as you spray the spray, that's all going to get on the window. So it's going to make getting rid of those streaks even harder. Also, don't do it on a sunny day. A sunny day, you will really not be able to see the streaks at all. So overcast is always better. So you've got your cleaning solution right there and your rag. You're using what most people probably use in their homes. We just put it in a different bottle.
Okay, so not natural.
Not natural. And I'm using my DIY recipe. So this is 1/3 of a cup of vinegar, a 1/2 cup of rubbing alcohol. You can also use vodka, but who wants to waste vodka on cleaning products? Definitely not me. And then I'm filling the rest with distilled water. So we're going to spray the top first, like this. Give it a good spritzy.
And do I have a trick sprayer? There we go.
And we have action. Okay.
And now I've gotten her to do my job for me, so that worked out beautifully.
So now when you're cleaning the window, you want to start at the top, and you want to do it in like a Z, right? So this way, that way, this way, and you get it all in there. And then bring it back up, keep going, keep going. Look how amazing this is cleaning this window.
Yours is looking pretty good,
Right?
actually. Yeah.
Do it this way, this way, this way.
Okay.
Now the key, we'll turn the window over in a bit. Now the key with streaks is that sometimes you need to dry it afterwards. So I use a Swedish cloth, which helps to absorb water. It's always hard when it's dry like this.
Yeah.
And then if you wipe it, it literally takes away all of the streaks. If we turn the window around.
That is very clean.
Let me show you this side. Don't judge, my windows are filthy because, you know, Canada and the weather.
Oh, these are actually from your house.
These are actually from my house.
These look better than mine.
My husband was like, where
Mine
are you
are
going with the
awful.
windows, babe? I'm like, they're going to the show.
I'm going to work,
yeah.
honey.
So now,
What? Is that weird?
so give it a wipe. And now I'm going to dry it with this cloth. And there you have it. Look at that. Right?
So yours is really good. Mine is okay.
So let's do this as well.
I didn't do a dry on mine.
Even with the drying,
yeah,
we'll get in there
I mean, the
that.
point of the matter is the natural
But look.
products. I
Look.
mean, exact same.
Yeah.
So the point is, this is better for the environment. This is cheaper.
50 cents.
Oh my gosh.
That's what it'll cost
50
you
cents
once you make
versus
it.
whatever you buy for your regular
Yes, yes.
window cleaner, which we know is usually a
So
lot of
how
money.
amazing was that?
That's incredible.
Love, love, love,
Love that.
love. Okay, so we're gonna put those away.
Okay.
The next thing is food that is stuck on pots,
Oh,
pans,
annoying.
lasagna dishes, baking, all of that kind of stuff.
Yes.
So like all of us, we use these kinds of tools, right?
Yeah.
So we use a sponge like this, and if you've ever cleaned a baking dish or a lasagna dish, you know how gross these can get, right?
Yes.
The food gets stuck in here. I like to call these single-use items, like single-use plastic, because they are made of plastic, and we go through these in an abundance. They can't be recycled, and unfortunately, they end up in landfill.
Right.
We also use these. Now, when you use these a lot on these kinds of products,
Yeah.
the bristles start to break down.
Right.
So we're going through products. So this was a life-changing product for me.
Yeah.
About 10 years ago, a friend gifted this to me. This is what's called a pot scraper. It's a little piece of bamboo. You can buy them in plastic as well. I love these. They come from a Canadian brand called Mrs. Greenway. They do
nice.
fabulous stuff.
Yeah, I know that brand.
Right? It's
Yeah.
curved on the end, and you will use less soap, less water, and you'll get your dishes done a lot faster.
Before you go to
Yeah.
town, I just want to show them the dish. So
Yeah.
if you've ever had like the cheese omelet or whatever, and it's like that
Sticks.
cheese is stuck on the pan, this is when you're going to use your pot scraper.
So you want to make sure that it's completely dry. You never want to, or sorry, cooled. You don't want to do
It's
this when
cooled
it's
down
hot.
and there's no water.
It's
You didn't
cooled
put
down,
water in
you
there.
don't need any water.
Okay.
And then watch the magic.
Ooh. So put a little bit of elbow grease into
Little
it,
bit.
but
You don't even need that much. Give
Not
it a
really,
try.
eh?
Give it a try. Right?
Yeah,
Love it. Love it.
yeah.
It just scrapes
Gone.
everything off, the round parts that you get into the hard to reach area.
Yeah.
And look how easy that was.
Beautiful.
Done. And honestly, this works on baking sheets.
I
It
can't
works-
stop.
Right? It's addictive. I know.
Yeah,
I
you
promise
just wanna do everything.
You'll love this. And then you simply just toss all these guys. You just toss the excess into a compost bin, hopefully.
Compost, yes.
And then you wash it like you would in normal, like
Beautiful.
right. This is honestly a game changer
And
in my
super
kitchen.
duper cheap.
And
Okay,
super duper cheap.
We
okay.
are out of time,
Very
but we want to
quickly.
talk about this stain.
So we put a whole bunch of stuff on here
Yeah.
that started to stain. We're going to scrub the heck out of it. It's going to make a mess.
And usually we would have really gone in with the
Yeah.
scrubber beforehand because
Totally.
it was TV and we didn't have the
we
time.
didn't have the time, but just you'd have to probably do this twice.
I have one question for
Yes,
you while you
please.
ring that out.
Yeah.
Does it, like, if you leave it longer, is there more chance of it coming out? If you leave the products
can.
on the stain
Yeah,
longer?
you can. I wouldn't leave it for more than like 10 or 15 minutes. Especially on a piece of clothing.
Yeah.
But something like a bed or a pet bed,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I think it's out.
It's out. Hang on. Let me get that. And voila, it's gone.
Oh my gosh. Oil.
Oil.
Do it
Oil.
immediately. Hit it with the natural products. You're
That's it.
amazing.
Thanks,
Thank
Trace.
you, Candace.
Thank you so much. So fun.
Incredible. You know, at Cityline, we love to prioritize quality time with your loved ones during the holiday season. So with the help of our friends over at TSC, they're giving one lucky audience member the i5 iRobot vacuum and mop, valued at a total of $700. Yeah. If you want one, you want to snag one, of course you do. Maybe you want it for yourself, maybe you want it for a loved one. Grab your phone, scan the QR code on your screen, and you can easily shop the show. We're back after this short break. Stay with us, everyone. Coming up, getting into what buy now, pay later really means.
Buy now, pay later has blown up in Canada.
Welcome back. When shopping this holiday season, you may see options allowing you to buy now, pay later. It seems very enticing, but is it too good to be true? Here to help us decide is Ashley Nguyen. How are you, Ash?
Hi.
So what is buy now, pay later? How does it work?
Okay. Hi, Tracy.
Hello,
so
hello.
Excited to be here again. Okay, so buy now, pay later. Think of it as installment loans. You're going to break out that installment loan for a product that you might want to purchase over time.
Okay.
It's kind of like the opposite of layaway. If
Yes.
you remember back in the day,
Yes.
you know, you pay it all up front and then you get the product later. Imagine this being you pay a little bit up front and then over time you're going to pay it out. And buy now, pay later has blown up in Canada. Over the last year, it's grown by 52%. It's about $2.13 billion in size by the end of 2023. So it's really growing in Canada.
I was telling to the audience, I was at a store the other day, and I said to the young man, can I do layaway? And he said, ma'am, what is layaway? And I felt like I should take out bifocals and my cane. So this is interesting. People are into the buy now, pay later. Can you buy now, pay later with any purchase at any store?
Yeah, so it really depends on the merchant. So
Okay.
if whoever is selling it decides to make it a payment option, it's there. So imagine you're buying a product online. And
Yeah.
this can happen in store too, but let's say you're buying a product online. You would go to the payout page.
Yeah.
And so they normally have a debit option, a credit option, and then over time we've also seen PayPal join the mix. We've seen Apple Pay join the mix. So imagine this being another option. So we have folks like Klarna, Afterpay, a whole suite of different providers.
Yeah.
And they allow you to do this installment loan over time.
Okay, so we've got a graphic here showing a typical payment breakdown.
Yeah.
You want to walk us through that?
Yeah, absolutely. So the payment breakdown is really, we're using an example here, but what's awesome about this is it shows you how we can actually do it. So imagine you get to the checkout page, you decide to use one of the buy now, pay later companies, you fill out a short form, right? That form is going to do a soft credit check. It's not like a hard credit check where it's going to temporarily drop your credit score.
Okay.
And then as a result, they'll say yes or no within like 5 seconds whether or not you're approved. Okay, so that's how it works.
Okay.
Now let's say you go and you want to buy a a piece of furniture, right? And not on layaway, but on buy now, pay later. And they're going to say, okay, great, I want you to, it's normally broken out to 4 payments. I want you to pay the first quarter of it right away.
Yep.
And then 2 weeks from then, you're going to pay the next quarter, and then you keep going until you pay the full 1,000. But what's important to highlight here is there's no interest.
Okay.
Right? The product is 1,000, you're paying 1,000.
Okay, so that's very straightforward.
Yep.
But you say we do need to be aware of a few things. Like things can go a little bit awry with this system.
Yeah, exactly. So one really big point is that there are late fees associated sometimes and overdraft fees. So
Okay.
while the company may not charge you itself, what you're going to be facing is, let's say here we have an example, your headphones. Let's say you miss one of these 4 payments. Okay, the headphones are $135. Well, you could effectively get an NSF fee for $5, an overdraft fee for $30. This is your bank charging you as well
Right.
as the payment company. And then you end up actually paying $170 for these headphones. So you're actually paying 26% more for these headphones than you would have initially paid. I think what's
Okay.
really important to note here is you can do this type of payment and then have a bunch of them. And if you miss any of them, that's going to be an issue. So you're going to have to just make sure you stay really disciplined along the way.
Yes, because I feel like you're setting yourself up for having a whole bunch of different loans out there, right?
Yep.
So maybe only do it when you really need to do it.
Exactly.
I came home yesterday and our boiler was busted. So it's like, oh, could we do that on buy now, pay later? That's like 5 figures, and it's winter, so it would be nice. So there's certain things where I feel like it would make sense. Like maybe you don't have the whole amount right this moment. So is there ever a good time to do buy now, pay later?
Yeah, so you nailed it. I think the
Yeah.
flexibility, and hopefully now your boiler company is gonna offer some new type of payment.
Yeah.
But that's exactly it. What you wanna do is make sure that, first of all, that you're disciplined. Those big chunks create some flexibility. And sometimes folks who don't have the greatest credit score, as an example, they might get approved for something like this. So again, it takes you through a season. You just have to make sure that you're disciplined so that you're not accumulating additional debt. Because if you don't pay back that debt, you could still effectively get that could still go to the credit bureau, and you could still that could still have a hit on your credit score over time. So it's really important. But another pro to it is, imagine you don't take all that money and pay for something really big up front, right? You could get approved up to $30,000 in this buy now, pay later environment, which is huge, right?
Huge.
So imagine being able to keep some of that money in a savings account. The ones that actually generate, you know, high yield savings, you get some interest, right? So here's a really good example of, let's say you want to go on a trip, right? That trip you're going to pay over time. But if there's some of that money that you can keep into your savings account, such as a high yield savings account, and here we have a 4.5% example, that's going to allow you to actually make interest in money. And in this case, it's $13. But imagine that over a lot of money, right?
Yes.
That there's an opportunity to make some money on that investment.
I look at that and I just make my own girl math calculation. If you have a trip and you pay for it all and you pay it off before you go on the trip was free. You paid it off. So maybe don't write that in your notes, but write what she said in your notes. Ashley, thank you so much for that. That was good information. All right, here's something you won't have to buy. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1 is now out on digital, Blu-ray, and DVD. Ethan Hunt is on a deadly mission to track down a terrifying new weapon that threatens humanity. Everyone in the audience will get a copy of Mission Impossible. Go have some fun and watch that. Let's go to break. We got more coming up. Stay with us. Welcome back. Hanukkah is on its way, so if you're looking for sweet treats to help you celebrate, then here with a yummy Mandelbrot recipe is Amy Rosen. Hello. Amy comes armed with double-baked cookies. Well, I shouldn't have said that because I want you to tell everybody what Mandelbrot is.
So Mandelbrot is mandel bread, which is a double-baked cookie.
A double-baked cookie, otherwise known as?
Mandelbrot.
otherwise known as Jewish biscotti.
Yes.
Yes, Jewish biscotti. So if you know what biscotti is, you're going to know what this is because they look the same, and it's the same kind of double-baked situation.
Two differences. One, I believe biscotti usually uses butter.
Right.
And these use oil so that they're kosher for a milk or a meat dinner.
Yes.
The other, biscotti are usually made by Italian people, and these are made by Jewish people.
There you go.
So those are the main differences.
Very distinct, but it's good because you want to be ready if people come by. Is that when you would traditionally make this cookie?
You're always going to have them on hand, and they freeze well, by the way. Ooh. So, oh no, well, yay, someone dropped by.
Yeah.
Let's have coffee and tea.
Yes.
But I can't serve nothing. I've always got mandel bread.
In your freezer,
and you
take
dip it. You're
out.
going to dip it later. You're going to see.
It's the only reason I have coffee, because I'm going to dip it.
Awesome.
Okay, so how do we start?
This is so easy. Stand mixer or hand mixer if you don't have one.
Yep.
Sugar.
Because
the measurements are going to be online.
Yeah. We don't worry about that stuff during the show. Cityline.tv for all of the specifics.
Yeah, I don't have a memory for that type of stuff.
No.
3 eggs.
Yeah.
Vanilla.
The good stuff, or do you not care?
Always the good stuff.
Oh, always the good
for
stuff.
For vanilla,
of
yes.
course.
Don't put that in yet.
Okay.
Tracy.
All right. I'll do some cleaning up. How about that?
Okay.
Okay.
Just for a second, we just want to get the sugar to break down a bit in the oil and the eggs.
Nice.
And now,
let me do something,
Now
Mom.
you add the rest.
Oh, yeah?
Those two last. Flour.
Okay. Do I need to go slowly or just go like...
Now I stopped it. If I kept it on, go slowly.
Okay. All right. And then oats.
That's my little addition. I like it for texture, and I feel like it makes it a breakfast cookie.
Yes, it does.
You know?
So we
Salt
have...
and baking powder.
Okay. So now we can eat them for breakfast.
Yep.
And then we've got two things
here.
So
now we just incorporate this, and then the add-ins go at the end. Just like rugelach,
Yeah.
Another Jewish, we've made those.
We
I remember
did.
I made them in my frozen backyard during the pandemic.
I remember. I sure do.
So you add in the mix-ins at the end. You can do chocolate chips, you can do sprinkles, you can do
Yes.
anything. These are toasted pecans.
Can I go for it?
Go for it. And chopped apricots.
Nice.
And so whatever you want to put in yours, because I know you're going to make these when you get home today.
It's going to be chocolate chips. You
It
know
has
that.
to be finely chopped.
Yeah.
And the add-ins should be just under 2 cups worth, because you don't
want too much.
can't be too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more cookie
So
than.
now, just to incorporate, I should have locked it, but I didn't.
Whatever. It's doing the job. It's doing the work. Okay, so that's
it.
That's pretty easy.
Anyone can do this.
Well, especially if you have one of these. But
Especially.
even a hand mixer, you can do it.
You
Huh?
could do it with a wooden spoon and a bowl.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we're going to take this dough.
So now what happens? The oven is preheated to 350.
Okay.
This is going to be the first bake. You do 3 logs, and I'm just going to show you how to do it with one little. I ran out of baking sheets here, so just to show you what it looks like, I'll
This
do
is where
one
the muscle
of the
comes
logs.
in, eh?
And if your dough is a little wetter than this, just put it in the fridge for like 10 minutes. It'll firm up a bit.
Oh, okay. That's a good tip.
So you're going to make 3 logs like this.
Okay.
All right?
So you got a rough log shape.
Right? You're going to have 3 of those.
Okay.
That's easy.
Yeah.
This is all easy. So
That goes in the oven.
in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Lightly browned.
Okay. So this is bake number 1.
This is bake number 1, Tracy.
Ooh, magically, it's ready.
Okay.
Look at that.
I just did one as a sample. So this was actually the previous one. That's why it's chocolate chips instead of apricots.
Thank you.
I'm not great with the magic of television. I'm like, oh, continuity. Anyhow.
So what do we do at this point?
Okay, so at this point, that's too schmutzy. Put it
That's
over there.
fine. Off it goes.
So we have these 3 logs. You see they've spread out.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, what's going to happen? Everything's good.
Yeah.
You cut them
Okay.
with a sharp knife like
Nice.
this, okay? All the way through. You turn down the oven to 300 degrees.
Okay. Because the second bake is going to be less less hot.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then
Oh my gosh, I want to eat it already.
we turn them on their side.
Yeah.
Where'd that sugar go?
Here it
Sprinkle
is.
it. So this is going to be a chocolate cinnamon sugar one.
Where are we for time, Ams?
10 seconds.
Oh, we have 10 seconds left. Fantastic.
We're so good. Okay,
We're
you
so
get
good.
both sides.
Yeah.
You lay them on their side.
I even put some on your fingers. How do
I
you feel
love
about
it.
that?
Well, I'm always coated in cinnamon sugar.
Okay, they're saying I got to eat. I
that's
got to
it.
eat. So this one's cinnamon, and that one I'm
Here,
not sure
take
what's in
this
it.
one.
But
You want this one. You're a chocolate
Okay,
girl.
all right.
If
Thank
it
you,
ain't
thank you.
chocolate, it ain't dessert.
So this is how you would traditionally eat it. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, you're gonna
dip
dip.
it in your coffee. Tell them goodbye and go to the website.
Okay, make sure to visit cityline.tv to get the full recipe.
Keep
We'll
going.
see you after the break.
Coming up, we're exploring the gut-brain connection.
What happens to our stomach when we're nervous or anxious or when we're first falling in love?
Oh, flippity floppities, butterflies, things are happening. You may have heard the term gut-brain connection, gut-brain, but what does that mean? How does it affect us in our daily lives? So here to break it down for us is nutritionist and menopause educator Andrea Donsky. It's been forever. I know. Oh my gosh. I miss you. I miss you too. What does it mean when we say gut-brain connection?
Okay,
Talk
so the
to me.
easiest way to think about it is like this.
Yes.
What happens to our stomach when we're nervous or anxious or when we're first falling in love?
Oh, flippity floppities, butterflies, things are happening.
Things are happening.
Yeah.
And the reason why, and I'm going to walk right over here
Yes,
to show you our
yes.
little prop, is that our brain and our gut are connected by a two-way highway called the vagus nerve.
Okay.
And it's the longest nerve of the autonomic nervous system, which makes up our sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems.
Amazing.
It starts at the brainstem and goes to the colon. So think of it like this.
Yeah.
When our brain is happy, our gut is happy.
Uh-huh.
When our brain is upset, our gut is upset.
Yes.
When our gut is happy, our brain is happy. When our gut is upset, our brain is upset. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. And you did the whole like skeleton, brain, stomach. I mean, this is so cute.
Thank you, thank you.
So we all experience stress sometimes, but you say changes like perimenopause and menopause can actually make everything worse.
It can. So we now know that according to our research by my company Morphus, that anxiety is the fifth most common symptom of perimenopause and menopause.
Yeah.
So number 5, which is a lot, and more than 60% of us are experiencing it.
Yes.
And more than 66% of us actually feel more stress in this phase of life than we did before. So making sure that we're managing our stress levels is really important as we go into this phase of life.
I do feel that creeping anxiety as I've gotten into perimenopause age. So let's get into some tips for relieving that stress, improving the stress, and thinking about that gut-brain connection. Let's start with nutrition.
Yeah, so there are certain foods that are especially good for the gut-brain connection because they feed that good bacteria in our gut, and that good bacteria affects our brain health.
Yes.
So let's start with high-fiber foods.
Yeah.
Foods like onions, garlic, asparagus, whole grains, Jerusalem artichokes. These are also prebiotic foods, and prebiotics feed the good bacteria in our gut.
Okay.
Fermented foods like kimchi and sauerkraut contain live probiotics, again, that good bacteria that's in our gut.
Okay.
Omega-3 rich foods like salmon and chia seeds, tryptophan rich foods like turkey and eggs, as well as polyphenol rich foods like olive oil and green tea all help to support that gut health and in turn supports our brain health.
So it's really important. By the way, just as you're looking at this, she's done the whole, this is the vagus nerve, the pink thing going all the way across the table as well. You've done that so well, Andrea.
Thank you, thank you. We got our brain and we got our gut at the other end.
Let's talk about sleep. You need sleep.
We need sleep, and when we don't sleep, we become more stressed. When we're more stressed, we can't cope with stress as well when we lack that sleep. And sleep is the 3rd most common symptom in perimenopause and menopause, number 3. So it's really important as we go into this phase of life that we prioritize sleep. So how can we do that? One of the main things is really making sure that we are going to bed before 11 o'clock at night and keeping a consistent schedule, even on the weekends. It's really important. Having a dark room, having a cool room, having some type of ritual, like perhaps it's taking a bath, not being on technology before bed. Anything that's going to help us to relax before bed is going to help us sleep better.
Okay, very good. Make sure everything is working out in that respect. Prioritizing stress management in our daily routine. That can make a real difference. You've got some tips for that as well.
And the key is being consistent.
Yes.
So number 1, non-negotiable, and I know this is big for you too, exercise.
Every day.
So important. And the reason why we want to exercise is because research shows that it helps to reduce stress. Also, when we're exercising, we don't think about our stress as much, right? It gives us a little bit of a reprieve while we're actually doing it, and it makes us more resilient to stress, so we can cope better with it. Strength training in this phase of life, very important. It helps to build our muscles, which is important. And then having some type of that consistent routine as well. So maybe it's walks in nature. Maybe it's going for a walk around the block. Maybe it's watching a funny movie or a funny show, spending time with people you love, pets, anything that's going to help to stimulate the parasympathetic part of our nervous system. That's the part that helps us to just breathe, and relax.
Oh, I love that. You also say stimulating the vagus nerve can really help us out with reducing stress.
So massage is great for toning and balancing the vagus nerve. So we're going to have some fun now. So give me your fingers. So this is massage oil. It's actually a vagus massage oil. And so we put it on our fingers, and we're going to rub our fingers together. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start massaging the back of our ears, moving up to the top of our earlobe, moving right up, coming right down in a circular motion. And what it does is it activates our nerve endings, stimulating the parasympathetic part of our nervous system, which helps us to relax. You can go behind your neck, you can go on your shoulder, like you can go on your clavicle.
My eyes are closing. It's so good. Andrea, thank you so much for that. Everyone do this massage when you get home. Let's go to break. Oh my gosh, that is good.
So good. Right go behind.
Energy. Welcome back. We have a special guest today, a Juno-nominated two-spirit Indigenous artist who has a brand new EP out called Revolution. Let's welcome powerhouse singer, songwriter, Shawnee Kish! In the house! The inspo behind the pants, really. I love it. Thank you very much. I had to keep up with Shawnee. Okay, so talk to me a little bit about music. You use music as a tool to empower, which I think is a very incredible way to use your craft. But why is that important for you?
I grew up struggling. You know, I grew up not knowing that I had a place in the world, especially in my teenage years. And when I found music, it gave me purpose and meaning, and I'm so passionate about sharing that journey with other people, you know, and throughout my own healing and spreading that healing if it's possible.
Now, we talked a little bit before about how you started singing when you were quite young.
Yes.
And tell me a little bit about who you were singing and who you were emulating at the time.
Oh yes, I was a Shania Twain impersonator.
Let's go, girls!
I did. I was in
Yeah.
a pageant. I didn't get along in the pageant. I was an awkward duck, but there was a talent segment, okay, and I did a Shania song, and from there I started to get hired as so instead of working at like a local restaurant or whatever, I was, you know, like 14, 13, I think, when I started, and I was singing Shania Twain songs.
That's so cool, and what like a beautiful role model and a beautiful person to emulate. Talk to me a little bit about what your second EP is all about.
Yeah, it's a collection of different types of sounds, and you know, I had the opportunity to work with Serena Ryder and you know, and Sarah Quinn and all these different artists that kind of collaborated on. I like to say it's like an Elvis album, you know, it's kind of a little bit of everything. You just call me Elvis.
I'll call you Elvis now with Shania, but we're switching gears.
Name,
Absolutely. Do you have a favorite song to perform from your EP?
I do. I want to share. So No Evil was written by Serena Ryder.
Okay.
And it's just a call out to the world, which is very much, it's strong, this passionate call out that, you know, we have to stay together. We have to keep our eyes open. There's so much going on. And
yeah.
The song's called No Evil.
Okay, what a beautiful thing. We're going to get you to perform No Evil, but before we do that, I want to know if there was one celebrity you could share the stage with.
Oh.
Who would that be? Let's get into your mind. Is it Elvis or Shania? Like, which way are you going to go now?
Okay, I was this close to almost opening for Melissa Etheridge, but then COVID happened and I didn't get to do it. She was coming to Alberta, where at the time I was from.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed at some point that can happen, because she's just my idol. You know, she's so strong, so powerful, especially in the community. You know, being Two-Spirit, I very much look up to her and the strength that she uses with her music. So, you know, it hasn't happened yet.
It's going to happen, right? It's going to happen. You put it out into the universe, it's going to happen. And you can keep the applause going. Let's give it up for Shawnee. Beautiful. Thank you to all of our experts today, by the way. We loved everyone on the show. Incredible information. We're going to catch you tomorrow on Home Day, but for now, let's get Shawnee Kish singing No Evil.
Every day you wake up in the morning, trying to ignore the way you feel, reading all the bad news in the papers of all the people that are sleeping at the wheel. Can't believe a thing your daddy told you. You couldn't ever even walk a line. Mama always had the best intentions, telling you everything would be fine. She said, close your eyes, it'll be alright. Hear no, see no, speak no evil. Hear no, see no, speak no evil. Hear no, see no, speak no